I don't think music, it doesn't have to be hard to make, it doesn't have to be difficult to make. I think the best composers and the best musicians, the best artists are the ones who can make simple things. I think simplicity is very important in music. I didn't always think it was like that. When I was younger, I thought, okay, it may need to be super hard to make, super difficult to make. Maybe that's like impressive. I don't think whether something is impressive or not is important for music at all. Simple melodies, they can express an emotion. Compositions can express an emotion, but if there's too much information in the melody and the composition, sometimes you will maybe not understand it as intuitively. Really into the kind of breakbeaty, IDM-ish, techno-ish kind of mix, because I like the energy and I like all the melodic parts. I like the complexity of those genres together. I really want to have tools for when I play live to quickly do a lot of things without really having to think too much about it. So when I prepare my setups, I use a lot of time to design my own effects basically. For example, I've made like a real-time time stretching effect, so that I play these drums and the drums might be random, but then I feel like, okay, it could be great if they glitched out totally now and becomes time stretched and like give this surrealistic kind of vibe. Then I can feed the live signal into a time stretcher and it will just stretch it out on the spot. And then you can just like crack it up if that's like where you feel it needs to go. These are me and my two brothers when we were kids. This is me, and this is Rasmus. He's a drummer, and Jakob, he's also electronic producer. And my parents, they had this band, and every Sunday or so they would like have these rehearsals with their band. And I just remember I was maybe 8 years old, and they had put me to bed, and then I was laying up there, and I could just feel the vibrations of their music and like all these good vibes and stuff. And so I really loved that every time they played, and you could just hear the bass coming through the walls and everything. I think this is actually a picture of the band me and Rasmus we had in 6th grade, where we played the first proper show, you could say, at 1st of May. It's been really nice to have my brothers doing the same thing as me, and all of us playing music. It's so important to have people you can look up to in your life, when you want to do something. So I think we have like mutually looked up to each other all of the way. I'm very inspired by artists that finds a language, musical language, their own musical language, an original language of music. Sometimes I wonder what my music would sound like if I moved to the ocean or the countryside. I'm not really sure exactly how. I like my music to both be for your body, but also for your mind. So I like these kind of techno-ish heavy beats that you can dance to if you want to, but also for your like mind to wander and get reflective thoughts and like get new ideas. I think that's what I kind of want to hear in music. I like to go on these journeys where I get inspired and I suddenly get new ideas. Sometimes when I listen to music, I kind of, I step a little bit out of the music in my mind, and then I get like an epiphany, I think, and I write it down, and it might be some kind of new system that I can build in my machine, or like a new idea for a new instrument, a new sound maybe. I actually used to be a skater, but then I was playing bass in a musical, and I was skating at the same time. So I was training drop-ins into half pipes like this one, like kind of flew down, and the skateboard came in underneath me, and then I landed on top of it with my arm. So I broke my arm. And then I had to cancel playing bass in this in this musical, and so then I stopped skating. I really like that the music culture, especially the punk and rock music, that was a part of the skate culture at that time, and I think that's probably still in me and in my music, that energy. For me, it's very much about the intuition and how, when you listen to music, do you kind of feel it? Does it give you something without you having to understand it? Present with other people, that's the most valuable thing, really. You feel love, and you feel intimacy, and you feel friendships, you feel trust, and all of these things that we need as humans. And that way of togetherness, that's what we humans need in our lives. To listen Where is the music now? Where is the audience now? What energy is in the room? How does the room sound? What would make sense? Where would it make sense to go from here? So you have to use your musicality all the time, and you have to be present. And the audience will feel that. And the audience will then have a chance also to let go of themselves, to get into the music, to let go, maybe dance, maybe think. And that energy will translate back to the performer. And then you'll create some communication, a dialogue, and some intimacy, and a relationship where you're both present. And that feeling is, I think, the most human feeling you can really have.